Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and it's more of the same from the idiots in Hollywood. Once again, it's Robert DeNiro, and he is just making demands. You've seen this from so many people. We had an idiot Democrat representative from Texas that said he had gained over 10 million signatures demanding impeachment. And many people had rightly commented on his post about that and said, well, imagine that there are over 600 million people in the country and no petition in the world will ever do this. It is a matter for Congress. So put your money where your mouth is, and that gets ignored. Of course, De Niro here has a worldwide audience known for his foul mouth, his small brain, and his inability to censor anything. And if rumors would be to be believed, his penchants for very young partners when it comes to nighttime activity. But if we look at it, you can see here, according to him, the way to make America great again is to imprison President Trump. Now, for more than 2 years, Robert Mueller investigated the Russian collusion hoax. Just a little over 6 to 8 weeks ago, we had the report released. And Robert Mueller himself said there was no collusion and there was no evidence of obstruction, which of course had liberals running to stick their heads in the sand because their only bet was Robert Mueller would follow their orders and just find a crime. Now that he has said there was nothing there, they're moving on to anything and everything else they can. Let's not forget that just a short time ago, 4 or 5 years ago, Bobby De Niro here would have been one of the first Hollywood freaks to be begging Donald Trump for an invite to a Christmas party or an invite to anything and everything he could go to be seen with Donald Trump. Barack Obama himself said the American dream is to be Donald Trump. Hillary herself said that she would like to see Donald Trump run for president because he can't be controlled. But now we have Bobby De Niro, a professional liar, a low-life scumbag who is threatening people. Vulgar tirades all over the place. And let's take a look at what he hates. You see, Donald Trump is not breaking the law. Donald Trump has not broken the law. There are many people who have confirmed that. Bob Mueller, chief among them. But you see, Donald Trump has lowered taxes, which means less of my money and your money going to D.C. to use as they see fit. He has exposed the people who hate anyone and everyone who doesn't obey them, like De Niro here. And if you've watched, you'll know that aside from a very few franchises, viewership of Hollywood movies and such is way down. Just like the NFL saw ratings and viewers dive after Kaepernick's idiocy stunt, viewers at movies are down. Tickets are not selling. And rather than realize maybe I should stop insulting people, they go the other way and they basically rant and rave with, why aren't you giving me your money to hate you? Now, I don't know that De Niro has, but there are some, like Jennifer Lawrence, who flat out said, if you voted for Trump, do not see my movies. And lo and behold, her movies began to be almost bottom of the barrel. And there are some actors that are very good and they don't get political. One of the biggest examples would be Chris Pratt. I was planning to go see his movie where he was trapped on a spacecraft with Lawrence until she said that. And then I didn't. And I know a lot of people haven't as well. I've seen exactly 3 movies in the last several years. That would be Aquaman, because I had a gift card from my sister that apparently she still thinks I want to drive 25 miles one way to a movie theater. I saw Endgame because a friend of mine took me to it. And I saw Dinesh D'Souza's newest movie, Death of a Nation. That's it. I've not seen any others that are not on the Netflix subscription my parents keep because I pay for their cable. And I typically don't watch much of that either, just because I'm tired of the crap. Quality's gone down, it's all remakes, and we're starting to see the true nature of the elitists in Hollywood. Weinstein started to drag them down with him. Now we have the sex cult that was all over the news. Lori Loughlin is probably going to have something happen to her that's very bad because she bribed people to get her daughter into college so that her daughter could make Instagram videos and so much more. And it honestly, it's probably time to let the whole system fail. I would like nothing more than to wake up one morning and see a tweet or a story somewhere on one of my notifications that Robert De Niro has decided to take time away and focus on himself because he can't find work. Jennifer Lawrence as well, so many others. And yes, that's going to punish some of the good ones because no one is working, so studios start shutting down. But honestly, I mean, look at Pratt. He is a little bit younger than me, not much. Hasn't really done much other than Parks and Rec and the Jurassic World stuff, Star Lord, and a few others, but he's been very smart and he's invested. And I can guarantee you, he could walk away right now, never work a day in his life ever again. And he'd probably be happy to get out of the crap that is Hollywood. And maybe if we let it fail and we let the idiots decide, I'm leaving, we'll get new blood. Production costs will go down because you won't have to pay someone because their name is Robert De Niro or their name is Jennifer Lawrence. You won't be paying for that. You won't be paying for the biggest and best director that has directed all these Academy Award winning movies and all the rest. So if you're paying the people a fair wage to produce movies and they're not making millions and millions on everything they do, then costs will go down. You'll still have the few that are very smart, like Robert Downey Jr., who is apparently one of the reasons Terrence Howard decided not to continue playing Rhodey, which is stupid, because Robert Downey Jr. did not actually take a salary for shooting Iron Man. He took his money on the back end as a percent of profits. Now, the fact that he was in it, that it was actually really, really good, and everything else meant that he made a lot of money. But he also had more of a name draw, and Terrence Howard decided that he didn't like that, and we ultimately got a better actor for Rhodey. But maybe when all of those people, the De Niros that want you to obey them or be punished, the Lawrences who demand that if you didn't vote for who I ordered you to, you don't get to come pay to see my movies. Maybe when all of those idiots are driven out because they can't find work, because their stuff flops because no one is going to see it, maybe we'll get back to Hollywood as it started, where it is these young, hungry actors and actresses and directors and producers. And we'll start seeing quality movies come out instead of remake after remake after piece of crap after piece of crap. Really, the only studio putting out anything that I would say is of value is Marvel. It's just fact to me. And I do realize I misspoke. 4 movies. I went and saw Infinity War with my nephew. But I've heard people talk about others. I have friends of mine who went and saw Venom and many other movies they go see when they come out, and comparing them to the Marvel movies, it's daylight and dark because Marvel is run by a comic book nerd, several of them, and they're run by people who are not the hugest names in the biz when it comes to people like Taika Waititi, and they're actually focusing on putting out good movies. And if you'll notice, for the most part, the people in those movies don't get horribly political like idiot Bobby here. Yeah, I'll admit, Chris Evans uh, better be glad that Steven Rogers does not actually exist because, based on what I know of the character, pardon me, based on what I know of the character, which is a lot because I've read it for 3 decades, pardon me, Captain America would slap the ever-loving crap out of Chris Evans. But Chris is able to apparently separate his brain into character and real person, so that at least allows him to act. But honestly, we're going to see more and more of this until we allow Hollywood to fail, and we need to. But I've talked about this long enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. Just remember to keep them civil. As always, we don't learn about each other. We don't learn anything from argument. We learn from debate. Please also remember to like and share this video, as well as to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're the first to know of anything new as it is posted. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.